के जूता, कस के बेल्ट, खोस के अंदर अपनी शर्ट, मंजिल को चली सवारी, कंधों पे जिम्मेदारी। हाथ में फाइल, मन में दम, मीलों मील चलेंगे हम, हर मुश्किल से टकराएंगे, टस से मस ना होंगे।
Alexa, where is the next YPV retreat?
The next YPV retreat is in central India, Indore.
With the blessings of our grand mentor, ShriNJReddy, YPV Central India invites you to the annual Spiritual Intensive Program from August 14 to 17, 2023 at Indore.
MP अजब है, सबसे गजब है, एक नहीं दो नहीं सैकड़ों यहाँ शेर हैं, पेच में था मोगली का नाम 12 सिंह है। MP अजब है, मांडू का महल है कि जहाज है, कोई तो बताए, जय बिलास के झूमर संग 10 हाथी लटके, सोच के सर चकराए। MP अजब है, अरे सबसे गजब है, संगमरमर खुदता नहीं, छूता आसमान है, और सांची देता सबको शांति का फरमान है। MP अजब है।
जय हो शंकरा, आदिदेव शंकरा, तेरे जाप के बिना चले ये सांस किस तरह, मेरा कर्म तू ही जाने, क्या बुरा है क्या भला, तेरे रास्ते पे मैं तो आंख मूंद के चला, तेरे नाम की जोत ने सारा हर लिया तमस मेरा। नमो नमो जी शंकरा, भोलेनाथ शंकरा, जय त्रिलोकनाथ शंभु हे शिवाय शंकरा। नमो नमो जी शंकरा, भोलेनाथ शंकरा, रुद्रदेव हे महेश्वरा।
Atma Namaste.
Atma Namaste.
Atma Namaste.
We welcome all to
YPV 9th Annual Spiritual Intensive Program 2023
YPV 9th Annual Spiritual Intensive Program
from 2023 Central India at Indore.
Atma Namaste. Welcome to the 9th Annual Spiritual Intensive Program at Grand Sheraton, Indore from 14th to 17th August 2023.
premiumbeat.com.
लोग कहते हैं कि इंदौर एक शहर है, लेकिन मैं कहता हूं इंदौर एक दौर है।
Let the brilliant violet energy enter the ground. In all sacred dimensions, psychic
everyone, welcome to another session on transforming lives through. Hello everyone, welcome to another session on transforming lives through YPV Healings. So today's topic is successful self-healing of vitiligo. It's my own case. So यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे कि what was my journey and how I have transformed my life through YPV healings and other techniques. Okay, so let's start with a short invocation. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, my spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers, healing angels, healing ministers, archangels, holy angels, I humbly invoke for divine guidance, help, protection to be able to understand and transform our lives with YPV healings and techniques. We thank you and in full faith, so be it, so be it, so be it. Okay, let's start by understanding what is vitiligo. सो विटिलिगो में मोस्टली क्या होता है कि बॉडी को कुछ कुछ पार्ट्स में कलर स्किन में कलर देना बंद हो जाएगा. ओके, सो इन सम पार्ट्स बॉडी विल लुक लाइक वाइट, एक्सट्रीम वाइट इन कलर. सो वो जो डिफरेंस होता है कि पूरे बॉडी पे एक कलर नहीं है, दैट क्रिएट्स अ लॉट ऑफ डिस्कम्फर्ट इन द पेशेंट. अलॉन्ग विद दैट द मेन प्रॉब्लम इज कि अभी भी मेडिकल साइंस को ये नहीं पता है कि व्हाई डज एनी पर्सन गेट्स विटिलिगो. Okay, so the problem is we don't know exactly why it happens. So the patient keeps on trying different methods and different treatments. Even वही चीज़ें doctors भी करते हैं कि we will try different techniques. Okay, because every person has a different body. हर एक का treat होने का तरीका बहुत अलग होगा. Even why does vitiligo spread all over the body या कोई नया पैच क्यों आता है ये भी अभी तक नहीं पता है. Okay, so it's always like we are always trying to understand how does our body work. हमारे लिए क्यों नया पैच आता है, वाई डज अ विटिलिगो पेशेंट गेट अ न्यू पैच, क्यों हमारे पैचेस हील हो रहे हैं. सो ऑल दिस इज अ मिस्ट्री. सो आफ्टर स्ट्रगलिंग फॉर सो मेनी years when I met Prana Vidya, I thought okay fine, not vitiligo but I will get some solutions for my other issues as well. प्लस ये किसके कॉजेस क्या क्या होते हैं. सो दिस आर द कॉमन कॉजेस विच आर लाइक ओके ठीक है ये शायद कुछ हो सकता है जिसकी वजह से सम माइट गेट विटिलिगो. ओके, सो एक है इम्प्रॉपर डाइट कि आप विरुद्ध आहार जो हम कहते हैं आयुर्वेदा में, इफ somebody is having that, somebody is having fish with milk or something like that, the person if ये prolong हो रहा है तो उनको हो सकता है विटिलिगो. अगर वो हेरिडेटरी है तो हो सकता है किसी को, अगर कोई बहुत टाइम से बहुत स्ट्रेस में है तो हो सकता है, या अगर किसी को बहुत सारे डिफिशियंसीज है, विटामिन डिफिशियंसीज, मिनरल डिफिशियंसीज, सो पर्सन कैन गेट विटिलिगो. ओके, या कभी कभी कुछ बहुत किसी को किसी एक्सीडेंट में या कभी भी किसी को कुछ लग जाता है, कोई बर्न हो गया है कोई बॉडी पार्ट या कुछ वूंड है. ओके, तो तभी आप देखोगे कि पहले जो स्किन नया आता है इट्स लिटिल डिफरेंट इन कलर. फॉर समवन दैट इज द स्टार्ट ऑफ विटिलिगो ऑल्सो. Okay, so there are different various reasons why someone can get vitiligo, not just one. Okay, now let's talk about my history. So when I was diagnosed, what was my process, how I went through all these treatments and how I got healed finally. Okay, so मुझे विटिलिगो स्टार्ट हुआ था, it was first when I was 9 years old. I first got around my eyes, तो एकदम ऊपर छोटा सा पैच था, but since childhood I always had different deficiencies, especially calcium deficiency जो बच्चों में बहुत common होता है. So the patches come and go, right? But ये patch आया था, but it almost stayed for 1 month or more. Then my parents got very scared that ये कुछ अलग है, it's not that. But I was like, हाँ ठीक है, इतना क्या ही है इसमें, मतलब why are they so scared? I was just thinking that it's still calcium deficiency. So when we went to my first doctor in 2002, the doctor was an allopathic doctor. He said that he diagnosed that it is vitiligo. So the treatment might take around 3 to 5 years, but this also depends upon the patient. But this is a skin condition which will be prolonged, and ये कभी-कभी किसी-किसी के पूरी जिंदगी भी रहती है. And now it is just on a small part, but it can spread throughout her body. I was like, what is this doctor talking about? ये क्या मेरे साथ हो रहा है या क्या हो सकता है in coming future? एंड ये ऐसे क्या हो गया है कि ये पैचेस तो पहले कुछ मम्मी वो दवाई देती थी उससे ठीक हो जाता था, ये क्या है कि इसमें मुझे इतने सालों तक दवाई लेनी पड़ेगी. आई एम जस्ट 9 years old एंड ये मैं अगर शायद 70s तक हूँ तब भी मुझे इसके लिए दवाई लेनी पड़ेगी. दैट वॉज अ रियली शॉकिंग इवेंट फॉर मी कि ऐसे कुछ हो रहा है मेरे साथ विच आई एम नॉट इवन अवेयर ऑफ. देन लेटर ऑन we start with the medication and all because something has to be started. It's normal human tendency कि कुछ हुआ है तो दवाई तो हम लेंगे ही. So we were taking medications, but we never got any results out of it. So for the initial 5-6 years, I had a lot of dietary restrictions कि I could literally count कि मैं क्या क्या खा सकती हूँ ऐसे. So complete restriction. I can't have anything when I go out. Every time I used to go out, they would carry a tiffin with me. या मैं maximum times मैं घर आ जाती थी वापस. तब तो स्कूल ही चल रहा था. I would come back home and I would eat. अगर बाहर कितनी भी भूख लग रही है तो भी. Then I had very sensitive skin since childhood. तो वो भी बहुत एक difficulty थी because in vitiligo patients, sun exposure is one of the things which might give you new patches, and that was in my case कि वो हो जाता था. So I would get rashes all over my body. So when I joined with Prana Vidya, it wasn't just for vitiligo, it was for the associated issues that I had because of vitiligo. So in 2011, at the age of 18, my skin, the affected parts वो इतने ज़्यादा नाजुक हो गए थे. Problem was that even if it used to itch a lot, okay, it's not common in vitiligo, but some patients would have the tendency that the skin becomes very dry. Okay, and it's so sensitive that अगर कुछ थोड़ा जो नॉर्मल इंसान को लगने से कुछ नहीं होगा, बट वो उसी प्रेशर से अगर हमारी स्किन को कुछ हो रहा है तो वी माइट गेट ब्रूजेस कि हमारी स्किन में रैशेस आ जाएंगे या वो पार्ट में ब्लीडिंग हो सकता है, कट्स आ जाएंगे. सो आई हैड अ वेरी फ्रेजाइल स्किन, especially the affected part, and my affected part was majorly over near my eyes. So people could literally see that. Anybody जो भी देख रहा है वो समझ में आ रहा है कि इसके साथ कुछ तो हो रहा है, स्किन में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. एंड फेस इट्स वेरी एविडेंट एंड पीपल आर वेरी लाइक लड़की है ये ऐसे क्यों हो रहा है वगैरह. सो when I was 23 years old, along with that, because of the stress that I had and जो बहुत सारे comments सुनने मिलते थे from the people we meet on a regular basis and all, so that was becoming too much for me to handle. And I was seeing that even my family is going through the same stressful situations because they are always उनके दिमाग में चल रहा है कि अगर बच्ची बाहर जा रही है, if someone will say something to her, she will get hurt or something like that, because not all people will be nice to us, right? So that was another thing which is a struggle for all vitiligo patients, because your looks are hampered over there. And the problem was I was not myself able to accept the way I look. So how would I expect someone to accept myself? So along with all the vitiligo which was continuously increasing, जो भी हम डॉक्टर्स के पास जा रहे थे, जो भी हो रहा था, but it was बहुत स्प्रेड नहीं हो रहा था, बट वो जो उसके पहले जितना एरिया था, it was spreading more and more like that. And if I would get stressed for some time, it would next for 6-7 months तक उसका कोई recovery नहीं होगा. That was the condition. Small stress which was what a student would have, just exam stress, right? बस exams आ गए, फिर next 6-7 months देखना नहीं है. And I was doing CA, so every 6 months I would have my exams. So it was like कि बस 2-3 साल तो कोई recovery ही नहीं थी. So along with all these things, I had a lot of psychological issues. I had frequent fevers. Okay, there was a time at the age of 23, it was like every alternate week I was having fever, and between that I would have some infection. Okay, so and especially UTI. So whenever I used to go out, I would get UTI, I would get some kind of infection. So I was like, क्या हो रहा है ये body के साथ? Why it became so weak? Okay, along with that, there was a toll of hallucinations, there was depression, there was sadness, low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and all those things. When all those things were happening, that was a time when I met my trainer. She explained to me that all these things are you can heal all those things especially. So I joined Yoga Prana Vidya because of the issue that I had with depression and hallucination. And when that got healed within 7 days, I was like, okay, this is just one or two is like psychological issues that I'm having. Actually, I have a huge number of things. I can literally write a list out of it. So that was the time I learned Yoga Prana Vidya level 1, and my life completely started to change after that. I got solutions for each and every small thing that I was going through, and जो मैं किसी को नहीं बता पाती थी, especially emotional issues that we have, I got solutions for each and everything of it. I started practicing all those things, but still I was very skeptical that okay fine, psychological तो ठीक हो ही सकता है, वो मैं कर भी दूंगी. Within a span of 1 month I've seen बहुत सारे changes हो गए हैं within 2016 itself, but I never thought vitiligo can ever be healed because till then, till I met my YPV, तब तक ऑलमोस्ट 12 डॉक्टर हो चुके थे, एंड नथिंग वाज हेल्पिंग. 12 डॉक्टर्स ऑफ डिफरेंट मोडालिटीज. सो आई वाज लाइक कि कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, आई हैड ट्राइड एवरीथिंग, बॉडी इज नॉट हीलिंग. अभी कुछ ऐसे करना होगा कि आई कैन हील माई सेल्फ इंटरनली. मे बी दैट विल हेल्प मी, मे बी नॉट जस्ट ट्रीट विटिलिगो, बट इट कैन एटलीस्ट हेल्प मी लीड अ बेटर लाइफ. सो दैट वॉज माई मोटो. Then after healing many patients, I was healing other people. I also became a trainer in this course. I realized that okay, let's give it a chance because it's COVID. Time है काफी ज़्यादा, घर से काम हो रहा है. At that time, I happened to be in ashram for Vaisakh. I was like, let's give some time for myself now. I started healing myself, and I saw miraculous results after that. Okay. So this is what happened when I was in ashram for just a span of 1.5 months. I was healing myself for around 3 to 4 times a day, and with the ashram environment, even ये जो diet जो हम आश्रम में खाते हैं, इससे भी बहुत ज़्यादा strict diet पे मैं रहा करती थी. Okay, since the age of 9, but I never saw any changes. So I had just stopped taking all the diet. I stopped all the dietary restrictions. I ate whatever I felt like, but हाँ इतना ज़्यादा वैसे नहीं होता था कि बाहर का बहुत ज़्यादा खा रहे हैं. बट सॉल्ट मैंने खाना स्टार्ट कर दिया था, जो पहले ऑलमोस्ट 7-8 ईयर्स मैंने नहीं खाया था. सॉल्ट, शुगर, नो जंक फूड. जंक फूड वैसे भी बहुत कम खाते थे, दैट वाज नॉट एन इशू. So along with that, what I loved a lot was that I was able to enjoy my life the way I want. And at the same time, I'm also recovering. I'm not on any pills. I had stopped taking pills long back. 2021 में ऑलमोस्ट 4 years हो चुके थे जब मैंने कोई भी दवाई नहीं ली थी 4 साल से. आई वाज लाइक ओके, आई वाज वेरी स्कैर्ड कि मैं अगर करूँगी हीलिंग, अगर नहीं हुआ तो क्या विल आई, वो बहुत सेटबैक हो जाएगा मेरे लिए. बट आई सॉ दैट विद दिस माई कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल जो साइकोलॉजिकल मुझे लग रहा था बहुत ज़्यादा हील हो चुका है. और भी मुझे कुछ चीज़ें समझी जिससे मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ चुका था. एंड इन 2021 विद इन 1.5 months ऑलमोस्ट यू कैन सी आँखों के आसपास जो बहुत एरिया था दैट कम्प्लीटली गॉट हील्ड. एंड जो बहुत मेरा स्किन बहुत ज़्यादा सेंसिटिव हो चुका था एंड बहुत जल्दी उसमें से कट्स आ जाते थे, कभी कभी पानी आ जाता था या ब्लीड होता था. लाइक एवरी नाइट आई यूज्ड टू अप्लाई सम ऑयल एंड आई यूज्ड टू स्पेंड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम इन टेकिंग केयर ऑफ जस्ट द स्किन, नॉट जस्ट फॉर द रिकवरी प्रोसेस, बट वो जो है वो सस्टेन रहे, स्किन का हेल्थ अच्छा रहे उस चीज़ के लिए. बट that was not helping at all. And when I started healing, I remember मुझे ये कुछ भी चीज़ें करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी थी. तो that was like I'm saving at least 1 hour of my day. And also the stress कि ये होगा, धूप में बैठ गए तो ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, वो सारी चीज़ें completely बंद हो चुकी थी. And I could eat everything, especially I could eat sour things, and I could eat everything which is white, which was completely banned for me for many years. I was enjoying rice for the first time in ashram. I was like, wow, this is really great. So इसके पहले भी मैं आश्रम में आ चुकी थी. Before 2021 and 2019 I came in ashram twice, and I saw that whenever I was in the ashram, my healing was very rapid. I could see some new spots, skin color spots coming on the affected areas. So I used to be very excited ki, oh wow, but I never healed. I used somebody else would heal me at that time, and I would just do whatever sir used to tell us the entire day. So I knew that okay, it's ashram, it's sir's energy, it's energy all around me. I will take a step and I will start doing it. And yes, it helped. And the main part in vitiligo is if you get stressed, जो भी आपका recovery था वो reverse होने में it wouldn't take more than 2 weeks or something. Sometimes I would get a new patch in just 1 or 2 days. मैंने कल कुछ खा लिया and next 2 days I would know कि आ जाएगा अभी कुछ एक नया पैच. Okay, so that was my tendency and वो सब कुछ बंद हो गया. जो रिकवरिंग थे कि स्ट्रेस के टाइम पे आ जाएंगे पैचेस वापस चले जाएंगे, पता नहीं ये कैसे होता था, वो completely रुक गया. And it's been now 2 years. In 2022, I continued healing. It was 80% healed. As on today, it's 90% healed, and there is never it has happened कि वो वापस reverse हुआ है. It's the biggest thing that I could achieve, and we must have spent so much of money and traveling here and there across India, finding different solutions कि ये बुक में ये पढ़ लो, वो कर लो, यूट्यूब के ये वीडियोस देख लो, वो कहीं से कुछ मिल जाएगा. Some medicines, my skin being very sensitive, there is a medicine which is called as Bapchi. It has been it heals miraculously in this. For me it was like, my god, if I would apply that I would get rashes all over the area जहाँ पे वो apply हुआ है, because my skin is very sensitive and it's very that medicine, it has a lot of heat in it, so I could not apply that. So we have tried n number of things, and then finally when I saw that it's just me, I just have to heal myself, and it's finally happening. So along with that, the first 2 or 3 doctors where I had been to at the age of 9 or 10 years old, when I was that, तभी एक डॉक्टर ने एक कैमोफ्लेज क्रीम दिया था, बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ पेशेंट्स स्ट्रगल कि वो जॉब पे जाना बंद कर देते हैं. उनकी बड़े बड़े कंपनीज होते हैं, जस्ट स्टॉप रनिंग द कंपनीज बिकॉज वो इतना ज़्यादा कॉन्शियस हो जाते हैं हमारे लुक्स के बारे में हम. सो दे हैड अ स्टॉल वेयर दे यूज्ड टू सेल दिस कैमोफ्लेज क्रीम्स, जहाँ पे आपके स्किन कलर के हिसाब से वो क्रीम्स होती थी इन डिफरेंट शेड्स. इट वाज देयर, इट वाज प्रॉपर कॉस्मेटिक. सो वो लगाने से it would hide, right? Just concealed. No one can see that now, no more. But obviously there's a difference. It's not like a normal skin. So people would always ask me कि ये क्या है, कैसे है वगैरह. So I used to get very scared कि कोई पूछ लेगा ऐसे कुछ. But I would never step out of my room. अगर हमारे घर में कोई आ भी गया, if somebody rings a bell, okay, I would not even go to open the door if I'm not applying that, if I have not applied that cream. So that was this condition I was going through. Along with that, my family was also very stressed. Like how क्या होगा, फ्यूचर कैसे होगा, who will marry her, how उसको खुद को ही सब कुछ करना पड़ेगा, she has to be financially independent, etc etc. So that was an extra stress for them and also for me, कि इनको बहुत तकलीफ हो रही है मेरी वजह से. उनको लगता था कि मुझे बहुत तकलीफ हो रही है उनकी वजह से. So it was like, oh God, I have to resolve all these things. And the stress that I had, the stress that my family had, the stress that I would feel when I would go outside in the society, and there was a constant feeling that I don't belong to this group. I'm something. I have something which is little weird, so I'm the odd one out over here. So the constant feeling of not belonging to the group is a very huge thought which every vitiligo patient has. So I worked on that emotion like anything. I worked on my self-confidence, self-esteem with all the tools that we have as a YPV trainer, as a YPV healer, as a Arhat yogi, and all that we have in ashram, all that we had during the COVID times due to COVID, that we had the live sessions. I did all those things. And yes, it does heal. It's just a disorder like any other disorder, like which we heal through healings, which we heal through energy. This even vitiligo, where it's like vitiligo, it's agar ek bar aa gaya, it's never going to go back. Okay, ye reverse kabhi nahi ho sakta, and it will be carry forward 2 generations. Okay, so that was the case. And along with all these things, when I worked on my psychological aspect, I'm able to accept myself, I can love myself. At the time, I decided that in the ashram itself, in the 1.5 month time, I decided that I'm no more going to apply this camouflage cream. Okay, the patches at that time were still evident. Today, even if I have a small patch over here and here, it's not evident at all in camera. Okay, when someone is sitting very close to me, they can then see it, and if they know that I have vitiligo, then they understand it. Oh, it's a vitiligo. Otherwise, they just feel that it's some calcium deficiency or something like that. So it's not even that evident. And I've seen that when I started practicing all this, the comments that we get to hear, okay, काफी हद तक बंद हो गए हैं, and now it's almost zero. आफ्टर दैट द कैमोफ्लेज क्रीम, जिसकी बिना मैं बाहर स्टेप नहीं करती थी रूम से. आई डिसाइडेड आई विल स्टॉप यूजिंग दिस क्रीम for once and all, and I decided I will just throw away this cream. So when I talked to my mother and my father that this is what I'm going to do, because I had to explain to them, right? Even they have to face a society along with me. So I told them that from today onwards, when I step out of the ashram on 6th of June, I'm no more going to apply this cream. I'll be coming with you people in the airport, and I won't be applying this cream. So I'm fine with it. Are you fine with it? And they were so happy. They were like, are you really going to do this? Is this the change that they have been seeing the change in me since many years? But they were like, you have to live that change, Pradnya, like that. And they were very confident that all the things that YPV has been giving us, whatever sir is giving us, is can just be can bring a huge change in anyone's life. So they were like, okay. So my mother was like, okay, but if you want to go back, okay, instead of going to the doctor and buying the cream again, why don't you keep this with you for maybe 1 month, and then you see if you want, then you can just throw it away. I'm like, okay, let's see, fine. Let's be more practical, okay. So when I came back, I saw that no one is even noticing that I have vitiligo, okay, on the airport. Or when I came back, I had to go to a wedding. I'm like, weddings means vitiligo patients will avoid all forms of group activities, any forms of gatherings, so that where we are meeting more than 4 or 5 people, we'll just avoid that, because there are a lot of things. Some people would say to you directly, some would talk to you with their behavior and with their body language. You get to know that no, I don't want to sit beside you, this is contagious, this is not a good omen, something like that. So I thoroughly enjoyed my process of transforming myself from where I was, where I could not even stand in front of people and talk to them. I could not have eye contact with other people. I was so skeptical about each and everything that was happening with me. At the same time, I would never blame anyone or myself that I have vitiligo, but I was not happy that I'm having something which is making me feel so emotionally weak. So when I transformed all these things at the age of 29, okay, along with vitiligo, my extra sensitive skin, my tendency to get infections very fast, like UTI or any cough and cold, fever was very common for me. And then fatigue. If I would work for 2 hours, I would feel that I have been working for 3-4 hours without taking a sleep. So I would get so drained, and nobody would understand why I was going through all these things, because I had a lot of deficiencies. So all my vitamin mineral deficiencies have been resolved only and only through healings. I have not been taking medications for anything. For vitamins and minerals, I have not taken medications even earlier, but I never knew that I had them. It was back in 2019 when I checked. I took a blood test. I understood that I had so many deficiencies. But sir once said that by rhythmic yogic breathing, you can heal each and everything. And that is how I had been doing it, and that is how it has been healed. Depression, sadness, the overthinking, that was too much for me. Lack of self-esteem and low self-confidence, hallucinations, each and everything. These are just some of them that I have listed over here. There are maybe when I wrote it down, when I started healing myself, I just wrote down, noted what all things I was suffering, I was going through, and it was almost 2 to 3 full scapes that I could write down. Okay. But within a span of 6 months, I was completely out of all the psychological issues that I had. Then, what all practices that I did to heal myself? First and foremost is for emotional stability and to have good metabolism, and also to have reduce my stress levels. I practiced rhythmic yogic breathing and forgiveness sadhana. Okay, and to have better relationships and to let go all the things that people have been telling me and people have been pointing out on me, and all those things. Okay, where I used to remember, I used to get scared to meet some people. So all those things I resolved only through these two things. For 3 years, I used to practice rhythmic yogic breathing and forgiveness sadhana for 3 times a day. Okay, and that has transformed. The sir says that within 3 months you can have 90% of your relationships can be healed. That really happened. Your metabolism your digestion, everything can change, your skin will be radiant. Everything happened just by these two techniques. Then I realized that okay, things are happening, let's try other things. So I learned Arat Yoga, I upgraded myself in YPV, and I started the process of becoming a trainer. Accepting myself and accepting the way I look I got this only and only through soul affirmation. This has helped like anything which is being taught in the soul class. Having a magnetic personality, we all know that ppm can give you that, but it is just by practicing ppm is what can help you reach there. So I started practicing that also. And regeneration of pigment cells, that happened by doing only and only by Yoga Prana Vidya healing. No any other external help was taken. Along with this, I was also practicing the all the 3 live sessions. I used to do both the group healing sessions, and I used to do blue triangles and inner reflections, which is a purification technique which is being taught in Arhat Yoga. So these are the few techniques which I was practicing. Along with that, whatever was suggested to me by my trainer, whatever was suggested to all of us by sir, I used to do that. All the book studies, whatever group sessions was being taken, whatever service which Harat Yogi needs to practice, I was doing all those things. And that when all of these things came together, and when I also had the faith in myself and faith that yes, I can heal myself, miracles did happen. And if I can do it, where the world says that vitiligo can't be healed, okay, and if I could do that by just doing the same similar techniques which we practice for any other patient as a healer, that we practice for ourselves, then even each and every person can do it. Because even vitiligo is an autoimmune disorder. So if one autoimmune disorder can be healed completely and without going reverse, okay, without again getting any new patch or something like that, then why can't we heal even other things? Yes, everything is possible. It's just that we have to be persistent with it. So if you want to know more about or read more about this case study, you can click on this below link. It's also there on Yoga Prana Vidya website, which is www.yogpranavidya.com. And you can also contact on this number below to get more information about the system, about the courses that we offer, about the healings that we offer. So thank you. It was a pleasure to tell you all about my story, how I changed and how my life has changed, and how even people around me, how even their life changed. When it's like if एक जन अगर घर में है, one person in the house is not feeling good, even all the people in the house are affected, right? We also understand by the energy when we go to that place, we also feel weak, or we also feel अरे हमें भी कुछ खराब, हमारे साथ भी कुछ बुरा हो रहा है, या हम भी बीमार पड़ रहे हैं. So that's the thing. So as sir says, we radiate goodness and we radiate whatever we have. So when I understood this concept that if I don't have love, if I can't love myself, if I can't accept myself, I can't expect other people, the world, to accept the way I am, and that is going to affect me through my entire life. And when I change that, things just changed magically. Okay, so thank you everyone. Let's do a short Thanksgiving. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, my spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers, healing angels, healing ministers, archangels, holy angels, I thank you for your divine guidance, help, protection, to be able to understand and imbibe the teachings and techniques, and to be able to understand that Yoga Prana Vidya can transform our lives. We thank you in full faith. So be it, so be it, so be it. Thank you for joining. You can write your questions or queries in the chat box. We'll answer them. Thank you.